I gather you're relatively new to Twitter, but you're like you're a Twitter sensation, you know, young guy that you are. And I guess you're an expert in the world of rap because you tweeted at Kendrick Lamar. He wrote in a song by Big Sean called Control, he mentioned you in a verse. If Phil Jackson came back, still no coaching me, I'm uncoachable, I'm unsociable. You tweeted at him, to Kendrick Lamar, it's okay to be cocky and sure, but we all need somebody to lean on. Let's just call it mentoring. How does that get on your radar screen? I imagine that song was not on your iPod. How did you hear about it? And why did you want to tweet at him? What did you want to accomplish by it? And what did you think of the reaction that caused?
Well, that's a wonderful world of Twitter. It is. That's where you can communicate with people that are completely out of your range of influence and your social grouping. But the connection between basketball and rap is so deep that many of the people that tweet back and forth to me were saying, you got to come back at Lamar after he gives you this.
So you're reading your mentions? I mean, you're seeing what people are writing
I read the mentions on that. I was a down phase in Montana, obviously, and I was looking for some social communication. And so I threw that out there. And of course, that was a hotline. It hit a buzz. But it's a wonderful world of communication that we have. It's also dangerous, and I'm fallen into some of the pitfalls of the danger because
it can be a very unpleasant world.
Yeah, I've tweeted out something that's been jocular and it's been taken the wrong way. Something about University of Arizona to Steve Kerr, who's one of my close friends that hit all of the Wildcats the wrong way, and all the Arizona people came back at me. And then
welcome to my world.
And then Houston was very upset when I said Dwight Howard can definitely go to Houston. Maybe he'll enjoy playing for the Astros, which was a little bit of a slam about maybe not being in the big time anymore with the Lakers. But I meant that all in humor. Good humor.
So have you and Jeannie set a date yet? You kids can actually take this walk? 14 years to get engaged. We heard that you got engaged.
Well, 14 years maybe to get married, but no, we are thinking about it in terms. I wanted to put it off. Her father passed away last February,
right?
And we just had to set it back for a while, and so we set it back. And I still have my last child getting married this next year. And Jeannie said, "Let's let Ben, my youngest son, get married before we do it," so we still have a ways to go.
You're on the clock, though. There's only so long you can put this off.
Yeah, thanks, Seth.
Let me ask you. You're like, I don't need the help. I got one wife. Okay, I can relate. Last question. In this book, towards the end, you said that if there's one thing I've learned from studying Zen and coaching basketball, it's that what we resist persists. And it was such a beautiful sentiment to end the book on. And I'm looking at you now, and people see you as a guy who's had unbelievable success, incomparable wealth, a spirituality and an even keel that, at least from the outside, a lot of people wish they could have. Here's a guy without a worry in the world. We know that's not true. So at this stage in your life, Phil, what are you resisting the most, that you're struggling with letting that go? Because no matter how much you resist it, it will persist.
Well, I think it's about laying down the gauntlet. Fighting the good fight is something that I probably had been inbred in me about, growing up with hard scrabble, Depression era parents who developed this very Spartan attitude in which everything still has a competitive edge. And in this Buddhism kind of teaching that I learned, there's the Bodhisattva vows in which you lay down the competitiveness. And even our meal conversation, even my Twitter conversation, as we go back to that, still has a little competitive edge to it. And so that's one of the things that I have to mellow and find myself not resisting and not still being competitive in that mind.
Do you have to find other outlets? Some guys, I know that you've had physical issues, golf makes it difficult, or you're going to get into pinochle. Do you have to have an outlet for that competitiveness? There's only so much you're going to be able to let that go.
I know. Well, I think pinochle is one of the things, but I only play it once a year for 3 days. So I'm going to have to find that form. And at some level I may get back into basketball and the management end of it, and that'll be a competitive thing in a whole different nature.
Well, listen, Phil, thanks for doing this. Thanks for being here. Thank you for writing this book. I know you didn't need the money, probably don't need the aggravation, and you're generally a private guy, but the fact that you continue to lay out your life lessons, your teachings, your philosophies is special. And as a reader, and as a fan, and as a talk show host, I'm deeply thankful to you. So thanks for being here.
Thanks, Seth.
Good luck.
Congratulations and good luck in your course here in LA.
I appreciate that.